could send that one to the ethereal dimension. I could send that one to the beam dimension. That one's been very good. And I think this one will just go to normal hell. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's... Well. Hello there, my little traveler. Tell me, how is it that you managed to stumble yourself into my domain? I'm really quite curious about that. You aren't sure? Well, surely you did something to get in here. I mean, you are in a pretty inaccessible place to mortals, after all. You were just laying in your bed, trying to sleep? I see. Let me do just one thing. Stay right there. It's not gonna be anything dangerous to you. As long as you're telling the truth, that is. Yeah. As long as you're telling the truth, it won't hurt you. So, if you want to own up and, well, tell me the real reason you're here, then you won't get hurt. Okay? If you want to stick with that answer, then that's perfectly fine. Okay. So, it seems that you are telling the truth. My mistake. I do apologize for accusing you like that. It's just very odd that a mortal would just simply appear in my domain. You could understand that, right? Well, I'm sure you're curious to know exactly who I am and where you're at then. If it is true that you don't know where you're at. Right. Well, you, my friend, are in the realm of a specific deity. That deity being me. Kind of like a god, yes. One would say that. Although, I don't exactly create people or have my own little civilization here, as I'm sure you probably looked around. We are in complete and total darkness. Well, except for my two little friends here. Yes, my two little friends. They are living creatures, that is correct. These are two living souls in these jars. Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. They, well, partially agreed to be in these jars, of course. You see, this used to be a realm of, well, life, until I took over in a specific way. These two you see in the jars before you. These two that you see in the jars before you were the two sole protectors of this realm. And, well, let's just say they ran into some trouble. And they called on to me to come help them. I, one would say, know my way around some realms. And they called for my help. And the only way I could help them was putting them in these jars. I know. It doesn't sound the most pleasant way of, well, living, but it's a fairly long story, and frankly, I don't know if you have much time to hear the entire story. Time? Yes. Mortal souls can't exactly last the longest in this dimension, but I also can't exactly send you home until I do one little specific thing. Yes, well, I'll get to that. Just one moment. So, let me think here for just a moment. You said you were just lying in your bed. Right? You weren't sleeping. You were trying to get some rest. Right? Let me think. I got it. That would probably be your doing, I would assume. Right. Well, that would be his doing. I apologize, but it's, not exactly a bad thing that you're here. I simply wish he would have told me that he was going to bring you here. But you are here because you've been chosen. Chosen to be our little sleep experiment. What does that mean exactly? Well, you see, for me to keep this domain the way it is, I need to calm some souls every now and again. Maybe I do need to do some explaining. I'll keep it quick, so that way I can get you out of here, of course. Basically, these two, like I said, were protectors of this once frivolous domain. It didn't always look this dark and depressing. But, these two had some troubles. You see, a lot of people liked to be in this domain, and a lot of people wanted to take over this domain. And that was a lot for these two. It was a lot for them. And they simply got overwhelmed. And that's why they called for me. And due to the nature of this domain being very open and very welcoming to anybody, you have people like this who keep trying to nudge their way in the domain. And, well, that's simply why I'm here. I keep a power over this domain. That power keeps it looking black and very bleak and depressing, unfortunately. It's a very pretty domain under this. Unfortunately, I can't show you the very pretty domain underneath this, or else, well, the little creatures you've been noticing popping up around me will force their way in, and, well, these little guys will no longer exist. Why am I protecting them? These guys, well, let's just say they owe me. They owe me. They owe me big time. So, I have been protecting them until they get powerful enough to protect the domain on their own. And that's where you come in. You see, every little soul that they please makes them stronger. Every little soul that they please makes them stronger. And, well, they're getting quite close. They are getting quite close. They are almost there. They're getting quite close, and I'm very proud of them. I am very, very proud of them. But they're not quite there yet. I can't quite let them out of their jars until they, well, are powerful enough to protect the domain on their own. But the light that they emit is showing that they are getting there. They are the light in this domain. They are what keeps the, well, the darkness from completely taking over, at least. Well, now that you at least have somewhat of a story of why you're here, now all I simply need is your consent, at least. I guess that's one way I can put it. You are very, very eepy from what I'm hearing, from what he's been telling me, and from the sense that this one is giving me. You seem to be very sleepy. Very, very eepy, Is that correct? Very sleepy? Right. Well, that's a good thing. Your little sleepy powers that I'm detecting from you would be very nice for them. Right. So, if you don't mind, we can kind of help each other out here. I can get you out of this domain, back into your nice, warm, cozy bed, and I can get you well rested, and I can get rid of all that sleepiness for you. And in return, you will power these guys. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? Nothing will happen to you, I promise. Nothing bad, at least. Only some good feelings. You'll get some nice, warm, tingly feelings that'll put you to sleep. Nothing more, though, and nothing less. I won't take your soul or send you to a bad place, I promise. I'm not that kind of domain ruler. I simply just want to help these guys out so we can finish our little deal. So, perfect. Well, I will take her, and I will take him, and we'll get started. The only thing that I ask of you is if you see any creatures in the background, do not pay any attention to them, okay? They feed off of your attention, right? The creatures, may have faces, they may just be red and white dots. Just don't pay any mind to them, okay? They won't do anything to you, I promise. They can't hurt you, they can't come in here. They simply just roam the walls. They're trying to get in, but I'm too powerful for them. And, well, these little guys, they're doing their job. They're doing what they can. So, that's all I ask. Just don't pay any mind to them if they do happen to show up, okay? You guys, you're safe with me and these guys, I promise. Alright, well, my cute little traveler, I need you to pay attention to my little guy here, to the little guys in the jars here. Would you like to know their names? Well, I figured at least knowing who they are may relax you a bit more. This is Lord Asriel. I know, he's a scary little name. I know, he's got a scary little name for just being a little ball of light. He's nice, though, I promise. Outside of his light form, he's a very respectable gentleman. And this is Lord Sheila. She's a very respectable lady. Very respectful lady. Trust me, they look very different outside of their soul forms. My name? Well, let's see. You can just refer to me as Feason. How about that? So, my friend, just pay attention to my little friends here. That's all I need you to do, is pay attention to my little friends. Now, I would like you to focus only on Asriel here. Pay attention. The one in my white hand. I know, it would be hard to tell them apart. I can, but you probably can't, so pay attention to Asriel, the one in my white hand, okay? Do not pay attention to Sheila, only Asriel. Now, I want you to focus specifically on Sheila, okay? Or the one in my blue hand. Very, very, very good. Very, very good. I would say that they are both very happy with your performance. And I can sense that you are starting to get sleepy. That's good. That's very good. Well, Azriel and Sheila are very happy that they could be of service to you. And help out with that eepiness of yours. And they are very thankful that they could use just a little bit of your power to charge them up a bit. And I'm thankful too, of course. Well, my friend, I now have enough power to send you back to your realm. Try not to get this EP again, though, because if you come back, you might materialize into nothing. Yeah, I don't exactly make the rules. You're kind of immortal. You're not even supposed to be here in the first place, but you were really EP, and Azriel could sense it. So, just try not to get this EP again. Make sure you're getting your sleep, okay? I know that's very important for you mortal creatures. I know it's very important for you mortal creatures. Yep. So, you make sure you're getting your sleep, okay? I'm gonna send you back now. And you make sure you get some sleep, okay? You need some eep. And, I know you mortals like beans, so, here's some beans. But I'm gonna send you back to your realm now, so, bye-bye.